Hey, this is Ranting Q. This is part 2 of vacation in Jamaica. This is not an RQ travel. This is a Ranting Q. I just found out that we picked up Donovan Peoples Jones. Now, what little I knew of him, he was pretty consistent, nice middle guy, got top speed, doesn't break tackles. Now, we have a problem of breaking tackles, but that's okay. Our guys do block. But we did pick up a speedster. I'm waiting for the second level. Maybe we'll get something good then. You have to realize, guys, I mean, why would you want to trade and mix up a team that is 6-2? We're 6-2. Defense showed off yesterday. Offensive player, we didn't. So he bought an offensive player because defense held their own. They're not trying to sack everybody, but they're trying to keep you in the pocket so you don't do anything crazy and let the secondary do its thing. We have a really good secondary. Let's have faith in them. We'll do fine. So far, we're looking at our biggest one, again, it's like the biggest one we had is this three-car pileup we just did. That's Ravens, and then we just did Las Vegas, was supposed to be extremely easy, and we did. We started out, we took 8 minutes to go down there, 7.5 minutes to go down there to make a 3-point score because we couldn't finish the deal. Our problem is when we get down there, we try to run the ball. We try to be big. Without Montgomery, we can't run yet. But it's okay. What he's doing is setting himself up. He's showing you what we're going to do when he's here. And then, of course, our front line will be back in play. So we'll be up to almost full strength at the front line, even though they make a difference. They're all good. Montgomery will be back. We'll have a chance to see how some of the likely injured guys get back. But basically, all we need is make sure that none of our linebackers are damaged up. And they're doing fine. They're holding on. They're not getting. Remember now, the total offensive scores that average points that they got was 167 yards. And to tell you, 57 yards. I could be a little off at that point. But Gibbs got that all by itself. So we're not even thinking about that. And the production that Reporter gave, we are in a great position. Do not try to mess up the karma, y'all. Do not try to get these extra players, superstars. We don't need that. We don't need that. We're winning. And the games that we do lose, it's our mental. It's nothing to do with that. We could have beat the other team. We simply had our brain set. But it's okay. We will begin to get better. We'll throw more to each other. But Holmes has the right idea. Don't give the house just to get one guy. Yeah, if we would got Chase Young, that's money. That's been ridiculous, man. You'd be giving $10, $12 million. We got to give the other team some more money. We got players that we want to keep solid. Let's keep it solid. Again, this is Ranting Q giving you the #1 sport time. That is Detroit Lions running amok. Now, what they're scared of right now, you seen our schedule? Hang on, let me get our schedule. Okay, I gotta look up on that. Should get me set up. That's good. Okay, let's look at our schedule. The remaining schedule for the Detroit Lions.
Here's the upcoming schedule for the Lions.
Okay.
November 12th, 2023.
It is
January 7th, 2024.
We won't see a team that is even with us until we get to the Saints, which means we'll play Chargers, who's 3-4. They'll probably have a little loss next week, so they'll probably be 3-5. And we're 6-2. Then we're gonna play the Bears. Bears just pretty much gave up everything. Packers will be next. Packers are really the call of the day too. And then Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings, Dallas is the only problem we have, and then Vikings. So the only possibility of two more losses here would be, or 3 if you want to count it. That's Chargers if we're really bad, which we won't be. We'll be very tight on them, so they'll be easy to whoop. And then we have Green Bay could come back with a surprise because Green Bay knows Detroit's style of play. So that's the only thing to worry about is your inner circle can get you. Bears can slow us down, but they won't stop us. That's their problem. The defense still not there. As long as they're doing that, we're okay. We get the Packers, Saints, Broncos. That's a joke right there. And they don't know we're going to do some 12-17. They're going to announce a day. They may give us a good day on that one. Who knows? But most of our time is 1 o'clock. And we got the Packers at 12:30. And then, of course, the last 3 games, we have Vikings, Cowboys, and Vikings. Well, we already know Vikings have no quarterback, so that should be a 2 bang right there. Cowboys, we don't know if they're still in the game. They should be. So again, I plan us to be 13-4. Right now, we're 6-2. We simply have to double up. We'll do the same thing we just did. Boom, boom. Then take the 6 and 2, then take the last one. And we're good to go. So, in other words, Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. Honestly, the only team that can possibly beat us will be Cowboys, but it'll be so late in the season. It'll be December 30th. That means their ability to be there will be, if they're going to be there, they're going to be there. If not, they could be into a point where they could be just coasting, giving their guys a rest because we're not going to do any better. We're in the playoffs. We're not winning the division. Boom, they're just resting. It's a great idea. We have to win. Our team, our spirit is we want to win the division. To win the division, we have to take everybody out one by one. I believe we can actually go 15 and 2. I don't think that's a possibility because we, as you can see, we do drop off. We do get the drop off, and every team does. If you can drop off and win the game, it'll be great. But odds are you're gonna drop off and take a hit. But don't lose your dignity. Keep your team together. And after that loss we had with Baltimore, which we woke up and realized Baltimore's bad. We know that, but you see the games they played, they didn't play that good because he wasn't ready. But once he played us, it's like he woke up. Now Baltimore got a chance to be a team we'll be looking for in the AFC. AFC is tough. NFC, it's us, Philly. San Francisco may stick it. We'll see. But it's not much after that you're talking about. Overall, they're saying that we're third overall. Well, you have Philly, number 1, because but they got such a tough schedule. That's another schedule I want to take a look at. And we're just trying to get the first seed. I don't know if we're in the first seed or second seed. I prefer to have the second seed, but play a team that's good enough to be there, but not good enough to take it all the win. The remaining schedule for the Cowboys. Let's see how they look. I'm not sure.
Schedule for the Cowboys between Sunday and January 7th, 2024.
Yep. Now here's the problem about the Cowboys. They have to play Eagles twice coming up. First one they'll be playing, and I'm looking at my step, is 12-10. It's pretty good. But they're going to play them next week. It's still. So instantly the 6 and 2, the 7 and 1, and the 5 and 2 could be in jeopardy. Either they'll go to 6 and 2, which means they'll be tied with us, or they'll go to 5 and 3. The Eagles dominate 8 and 1. But then they don't have a tough ride at that point. They have Giants, but in their division, Giants and Cowboys play as a tradition, so that's going to be a tough one. Panthers, we'll see. They come down. Commanders already gave up. They got rid of Young, so Chase Young, so they're kind of calling it a while. And they got to play Eagles again. Then the Bills will come in Miami. They had a tough one. And of course, the Cowboys play us from the second from the last. I think they will determine if they're here or not, but they will play the the Commanders, the last one. And of course, our biggest thing we have is what the Eagles got left.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
The Eagles' final schedule.
Here's the upcoming schedule for the Eagles.
Y'all, we already talked about before. Look at the Eagles, man. They're number 1, but look who they play. Look at the next 5 games. You got to play Cowboys, and they're playing it at Eagles, so that's pretty good. But then you got to play the Chiefs next week. Then you got to play the Bills, who's coming on strong. Then the 49ers are top rated. Then you got to play the Cowboys. Then you got to play the Seahawks. At that point, they get a break. After that point, after the Cowboy game, they get a 4-game break. Well, we get all these breaks. So they have to win the next 5 games, keep it on, and they'll be playing teams in their division. It's a tough one. Just like we did, they got the Giants in every other game with a middle game. They're like we are. They can play the middle game, both will playoffs. Eagles don't have a tough matter. I mean, they can do it because they're a good enough team, but they have to be on. They have an off day, changes everything. Okay, this is Ranting Q, Detroit Lions. Let's keep it together. It's the toughest thing to do is to win when you're supposed to win. Let's win because we have to win. Let's make it every game is urgency. That's what I like about Dan Campbell. He believes in every game is the game. Every game is the game. To win in the professional level is great. It's phenomenal. You have a lot of teams like us. We've never even seen a winning record for like 10, 12 years. So to see this winning record that we had last year and compounding on it, we're already 3 games short of beating the last record. And that almost made the playoffs. So 3 games with 8 games to go. Lions, let's roll. Let's rock this joint, man. We got a soft schedule. Let's run it. Don't make no excuses. I don't care what they feel about us, don't care how negative they are about us. What we care about is we are going to win the total package. That's all we want to do. We want to get into the playoffs and cause some damage because we are as good as any other team out there. Defensively, we're great. Offensively, we can pop at any moment, and our special teams is on fire. We can mount that and put it all together. We may have a different outlook. After game 2, after we come back, we'll see how the Eagle and Cowboy game is. That determines where we at. If Eagles lose, then it's an even ball game. Because then that means Dallas will be 6-2. Eagles will be 6-2, and we'll be 6-2 coming into the game. This is what we want. I mean, 2 big teams were big, and they got to blast each other again, which means it's going to be even out at that point. And they got a really tough schedule, as we talked about before. The Eagles have a tough schedule. Dallas, not so bad. Dallas, not so bad. But look at that Eagles schedule, man. It's ridiculous. You got the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, the 49ers, and then the Cowboys again, all within 5 to 6 weeks. You'll get a break at the end, like we will. We'll be playing Minnesota. But the difference is, that's your division. Our division is soft. Our Cousins, but the thing about them, to play us, Cousins won't be around for the season, so that's not even the case. But the backup we've been playing so much, actually playing Chicago, they'll be playing Green Bay again. He'll get tuned up. Now, can they make a run at it? No. Now, will Minnesota sell their people out to do that with? They got to make a decision. Either make a run for the playoffs, I think they will. They'll simply buy another quarterback. They'll get one. They have the money, they ain't doing nothing else. Let's take a look at that. The remaining schedule for the Minnesota Vikings, and we'll see how they look at this particular point.
Here's the upcoming schedule
And
for the Vikings.
wow, they have
Sunday and
like we do,
January 7th, 2024.
very, very soft schedule. They got Falcons coming up. They're 4-4, just like they are. That's the Vikings. Saints will be up next. There's an opportunity to lose that. Broncos are coming on strong. We'll see, and yeah. Then they get into the Bears, Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions. So they already played the Bears once, taking victory, but they'll be playing the Packers again also. That's what I meant. When we had the double games, we played them twice, and then they play the same thing that most of the teams got at that point. So overall, it's looking interesting. Minnesota they can hang on to be a second place team and possibly make the playoffs. They got the ability to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Falcons, they can win. Saints, they can win. But take it back. Well, if you get off, they don't have the quarterback. They don't have the quarterback. Wow, that changes the game a lot about having the quarterback. So we'll see. If it looks like all 3 of the teams that we look at is not going to make it. Bears did. I don't know if Bears made a move on Sweat yet. I mean, that would help them out defensively. But would it get them into the playoff situation? I doubt it. But they can try. Hey, this has been a long rant, but I'm going to edit up a little later. Maybe not. It depends. But Lions Nation, let's party on these months. Let's keep it rolling. Let's enjoy a week off. Get our guys healthy. Let's give them a break until Wednesday and let them get back on to playing tougher. We got to play tougher, man. We got defense ain't it. Offensive. Our offensive line is smarter, play tougher. Give them some time and golf. Do what you do best, man. Get that ball out your hand. They don't see what you see. They see how the thing is laid out. They see you throw it. They know it. He knows where you're going to. You got to get J-Mo on the same page. I know J-Mo's a loose cannon right now, but he has to learn the system. Let's teach him the system. Let's go. Let's go, Lions. Lions Nation. Let's do this, man. Let's unite. Come on, we can do it. All right. Peace.